Hello, this is Laura from Astropositive. Welcome to your October forecast. We are now at the very beginning of the October month, and I thought you might like to hear what this month has in store for each of the signs. I will speak of each sign in turn, so please check out your solar and ascendant sign, as these type of predictions are based on the whole sign house placements. I will briefly mention also planetary influences that will be with us for a long time to come, much longer than the current month frame. Okay, so let's start with Aries, the pioneer of the zodiac. This month, its ruler Mars is sitting in its stronghold Scorpio, where he feels at home, in full possession of his means and capacities, so likewise, Aries people should feel effective, powerful, decisive. Aries is supported this month by Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini, two air signs that help Aries fire shine brighter. Air and fire signs together make for a great combination. Sparks fly, bright ideas surge out of nowhere, things get moving, and there's nothing Aries likes more than to set things in motion, to start the action. The whole sign should feel energized, especially the natives of the first decan of Aries. This is unlike your typical month of October for Aries because it's Libra season, opposite Aries sign, so usually Aries energies run low at this time of the year. Libra season also means that Aries minds are set on partnerships, love relationships, and this topic should come up a lot. When the sun will shift into Scorpio, it will be time to take that step further into intimacy and shared resources. It's no coincidence that Halloween is happening during Scorpio season. It's a time to consider not only growth, but also decline. Go to your doctor, start a therapy. And as the 8th house is also concerned with other people's money, get your financial affairs in order. Jupiter is sending a square to Aries from Cancer. This should blow up expectations and make Aries aim high. There's nothing like a Jupiter's boost to the ego. Let's not forget that Aries can take on too much, so beware of burnout. Since this is a square, this month, actually this year, because Jupiter will stay in Cancer for a whole year, Aries people might find themselves having to sort out some messy affairs at home, family issues, much against their will. Now for the bad news. Neptune and Chiron are both in Aries for the time being, well, since quite some time, and Chiron at least is not planning to leave anytime soon. Neptune will leave Aries and retrograde back into Pisces on the 22nd of October. Both can be a bit of a killjoy and a party pooper. Neptune is forever drifting off into foggy realms, and Chiron can be like a thorn in one side. Or maybe like that heartburn after a rich meal, or that sprained ankle after a great run. They both together can make one feel quite vulnerable, and Aries hates feeling vulnerable. He pictures himself as the fearless warrior, always on the go, on the move, always busy with a brand new project. He's got no time to call in sick and to let his mind wander. But it seems that the planets have other plans, and Aries will have to contend with this obnoxious energy for quite some time still. This month, Aries can look forward to the 16th, when social life and teamwork get a boost, the 28th, when they will feel in great shape, and the 29th, where they should see results for their diligent work. Now for Taurus. Your attention is now directed toward matters of health, work, everyday life. Maybe you feel like there's no time to enjoy yourself, it's all work and no play. The first half of the month, attention should be given to matters of health, routine, getting into a balanced way of life that is propitious for body and mind. That should change a bit after the 22nd because it's the start of Scorpio season, and relationships will be uppermost on your mind at that time. Maybe you'll reach a decision in this respect close to the 22nd. Anyway, it looks like a nice second half of the month for Taurians, with Venus entering entering its own sign of Libra on the 13th. While in Libra, Venus will favor harmonious relationships, well, based on equal give and take. But with Mars in Scorpio, let's not forget Mars in Scorpio, this might add a hot twist and add some sexual tension in the mix. So the second half of the month looks very auspicious for love, for your love life, Taurus. My advice is to enjoy peace and harmony while they last, because Uranus is heading your way and will be back in your sign next month, wreaking havoc once more. Taurus is supported by a sextile from Jupiter in Cancer, especially the last decan, and another sextile from Saturn in Pisces. So they get to strike a good balance between drive and caution, realism and enthusiasm. And you will have your resources well in hand. With the sextile from Neptune that is coming back into Pisces on the 22nd, well, Taurians of the last decan especially will feel more inspired. They will feel more compassion. They will open themselves up more to spiritual life and selflessness. The best days of the month should be the 3rd, with Venus North Node opposition that will see Taurus reconnecting with friends and loved ones from the past, and generally having a good time on the 8th, with Venus sextile Jupiter. Venus opposite Saturn on the 11th can feel a bit restrictive, but you will get an opportunity to spice up your love lives again on the 14th, with Venus trine Uranus, trine Pluto, and opposing Neptune. The longing with the Neptune opposition should lead to a passionate new beginning. A great day to maybe take that first step and confess your feelings, Taurus. All the more so as this may lead to a mutual agreement on the 17th, with Venus sextile Juno. Gemini now. With Uranus in your sign, you should get ready for a bumpy ride for these next 7 years. Well, Uranus will be retrograding back into Taurus from November to April, allowing you some respite. But you can already surely anticipate the breath of fresh air that Uranus will bring. Unpredictable will be the keyword. Well, Gemini is already a sign known for its mental restlessness, and with Uranus there, your creativity will shoot off. Ideas will bounce right out of your head. Unfortunately, all this liveliness comes at the price of some anxiety in the face of so many changes. Uranus will not fail to bring upon you. Hopefully, you will be the one deciding how these changes will manifest. The Sun is right now in Libra, in an easy aspect to your sign, making for a light and bright atmosphere and state of mind. Some worries might creep in the last week of this month. With the Sun in Scorpio, maybe some health worries, maybe just things to finish at work that are overdue. Your ruler Mercury is stepping out of the serene realm of Libra to the darker, no BS Scorpio on the 6th of October. No more sugarcoating there. Words cut straight to the heart of the matter, and uncomfortable truths can be exposed. You will reveal your own inner detective and dig deep for the hidden truth. In this, you receive the support of Pluto in Aquarius, so you get a double dose of Scorpio, if you will. Your acumen and perspicacity will be off the charts, and your expression style will get much more intense. It is the right time to address long-standing issues that you're previously too afraid to tackle, like any skeletons in the cupboard can be dug out. Saturn will also square your sign all month, so natives in the last decan of Gemini might feel a bit tired and out of sorts. Now for the best dates. Let's see. Best dates seem to be the 1st and the 24th, where new plans can be infused with joy and expansion. On the 17th, great day for gathering with your friends or speaking in public. On the 3rd, sensitive topics might come up when you're asked to show calm and compassion. Watch out on the 20th for unnecessary sharp words that can lead to conflict in the heat of the moment. And on the 29th for sudden changes of schedule. Cancer now. What can I say? Basically, nothing can go wrong with Jupiter, the great benefic, in your own sign for the whole year. Well, it's not that simple, because Jupiter can also, stand for unchecked growth. It's not all blessings, and sometimes much growth can be a problem. But you do seem to have like a guardian angel over you. The overall vibe is optimistic, generous, full of get-up-and-go energy. It's a great year to expand your horizons in more than one way. Travel is indicated, but so is higher education. Expanding your knowledge, discover your spiritual side. Whatever raises your vibration and makes you a better person. Just don't overdo it. Don't go overboard with the good stuff. Money, food, you name it, and make good use of this lucky time. With the current Libra Sun, home and family are your focus, as they usually are. It can be a bit challenging on that front, But after the 22nd, with the sun in Scorpio, your mood is lifting and you start to enjoy yourself more. Maybe find time for some hobbies, spend some quality time with friends and children, and maybe find a new love interest. Why not? You get the support of Venus in the first 2 weeks of the month, with Venus in Virgo, when an avial atmosphere should prevail. Mars is also on your side because it is in Scorpio, a friendly sign. And Saturn is also supporting you, so these two complementary energies will help you stay on track and harness your efforts in an effective way. Neptune and Chiron square your sign from Aries, and Chiron will do so for quite some time still. They are great companions on a spiritual journey, teaching you empathy, vulnerability, compassion, and looking behind the veil for hidden truths. But beware of health issues coming up, as both these planets tend to hurt us in some way. Do your checkups, take it easy, take time to rest, and go to see your doctor at the least suspicion. In the second half of the month, with Neptune stepping out of Aries and going back into Pisces, a softer mood will prevail, especially for those in the last degrees of Cancer, who will resonate more with poetry and music and will long for undefinable beauty. Well, now for Leo. There are no planets in your sign this month, but the Sun, your ruler, is crossing over from Libra to Scorpio. The first 3 weeks of the month, Libra season will prompt you to enjoy a social life, throw a party, go out, see a show, visit an art gallery, or simply redecorate your home. On the 22nd, pleasant social intercourse gives way to Halloween vibes. Matters of life and death that were swept under the rug with the Sun in Libra now will resurface toward the end of the month, and money matters too. Remember to pay your taxes. It can be a very sensual time too. Intimacy and shared resources are the topic. Pluto stands in opposition to Leo right now in Aquarius, so all Leos start feeling Plutonian undercurrents of deep questioning, deep change and transformation. Beware of jealousy and possessiveness and black and white thinking. Try to keep things light as much as possible. Maybe there's not so much at stake. Don't make it all about yourself. On the positive side, the time has come to shed out the old skin and let a new you be reborn. Birth is a bloody business, as you all know, so it won't come easy. Powerful forces might oppose you from without. You will pitch your will against others, and it will feel like a struggle, a power struggle, especially as Mars is squaring your sign as well. Try not to resist the change, go with the flow, and you will make it to the other side safely. Uranus and Neptune are supporting you, so you'll feel inspired to embrace the new. An interesting day is the 17th, when Sun squares Jupiter for your greatest enjoyment, while also opposing Chiron, so remember you can have too much of a good thing. The toughest day, probably the 24th, with Sun square Pluto. You can expect breakdowns of situations and machines and appliances, and this can be a crisis. You are called to face the problems and take on responsibility squarely on your shoulders, because Pluto can impart power. It can push you up the ladder, so it's up to you how to handle this power, how you prove yourself worthy of it. Virgo. With the current Sun position in Libra, it is matters of money that are uppermost on your mind. So you strive to increase your income. Maybe you see a raise coming, especially with Venus in your sign, up until the 13th. That makes for 2 pleasant and friendly and carefree weeks. And even Virgo can be carefree. Venus crosses into Libra afterwards, so a double win for money mid-month. You should also try to value yourself more, because Virgo is known to be a very modest sign and with a sense of measure in all things, and they are prone to underplay their achievements. No more of that, please. After the Sun passes into Scorpio in the 22nd, the communication is key. Your email will be abuzz with messages, and your schedule will get busy with lots of gatherings, reunions, meetings, and small trips. Your ruler Mercury, as said before for Gemini, goes from Libra to Scorpio. So as days get shorter, the shadows grow longer, so the second half of the month might not prove as light and sunny as the first. Scorpio, though, makes a sextile to Virgo, so that may prove supportive. Virgo strives for neatness, for perfection even, and Scorpio can ruthlessly point out the flaws so that Virgo can fix them. With Mars in Scorpio also casting a sextile, your efforts should see good results. Saturn throws a spoke in the wheel, in opposition in Pisces, as it did up to the end of May this year. It must have left you pretty tired and worn out with work, and we know that Virgo is no slacker. Constraints and obstacles must have piled up in front of you, and now you get another last taste of it before it turns into Aries and leaves this opposition. Virgoans of the last decade are most concerned by this. In the relationship department, things haven't been rosy either, and this is a last look at what you are leaving behind, as contracts and commitments were severely tested and some failed the tests. With Uranus freshly arrived in Gemini, though, leaving things behind is less of a problem, because, as it otherwise would be, because the breeze of independence is already blowing, as you can feel, pushing you towards other shores. And lucky Jupiter supports your endeavors with a sextile from Cancer. Fortune favors the bold, as they say. Those ones who do their duty, put in the work, do not shrink from responsibility, and care to start anew, will be rewarded. Okay. What about the best days? Best days are the 17th for nice and stimulating exchanges, and the 24th and 25th for sheer joy, followed by good sense and practical skills. On the 20th, watch out for anger flaring up out of the blue. The 29th might have some surprises in store as well, and it might be a stressful day. Okay, now for Libra. Sun and Mercury are your guests up until the 23rd and the 6th, respectively, both illuminating your sign, and you get all the honors, Libra. It's your birthday. Make the most of your special day. Your ruler Venus joins the party also from the 13th onwards, so at this time you can be fully yourself. Appreciate beauty, harmony, and elegance in your exchanges with others and your everyday life. The 10 days from the 13th to the 23rd may be particularly enjoyable. After the 22nd, with the Sun in Scorpio, money matters will come up more. Make well-advised investments. Maybe avoid the 24th, though, because Sun will square Pluto then, and some danger is lurking. In addition, natives of the first decan might experience a sense of personal power from the supportive aspect of Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini. Pluto may promote you on a big stage, while Uranus may offer a zest for life, a taste for the new and interesting. Together, they may offer some kind of breakthrough, pushing you toward a more fruitful path. Note that this is just an appetizer before the main dish, because this is starting in May 26th, when Uranus will step into Gemini for good. And on a less happy note, there are Neptune and Chiron both opposing your sign from Aries. Partnerships and intimate relationships may not be doing so good. There may be a lack of trust, foggy issues, where it is hard to distinguish who did this and who did that, and it's probably a long-standing issue because Chiron has been in Aries since a few years already and will remain there till June 2026. Neptune only joined him recently in May this year, and we'd already stepped back into Pisces. Well, this Neptune-Chiron combination is rather tricky to deal with because it tends to undermine confidence and deflate enthusiasm. Partners can also fall ill because Neptune-Chiron can signal illness or weakness in other respects. Perhaps your partner is in need of help and needs a steady hand to help him out, or him or her, out of a difficult situation. And this combination can also be overly naive, so beware of scams. Anyway, with Jupiter squaring your sign, you should be able to find the energy to play your part and stay optimistic in it all. Just don't overdo things. Best dates should be the 3rd for reconnecting with friends, and the 8th for just being happy and carefree. The 11th might feel a bit restrictive, a bit of a cold shower, but the 14th is good for trying out something new and maybe living a romance. Scorpio. Your ancient ruler Mars is in your own sign, so you are in no way lacking in confidence and energy to go through your day. The Sun and Mercury also join in from the 23rd and the 6th, respectively. At present, the Sun is in Libra, so you might take refuge in your inner world and to reflect and maybe hide your thoughts and feelings a bit from the others. Things may feel like they're a bit in a limbo, so you may feel like you are going nowhere fast. But it soon will be Scorpio season. You'll feel clear-headed, driven, focused. Your communication will come through in an effective way. People will stand up and take notice of you as someone in authority. The modern ruler of Scorpio, Pluto, is retrograding in Aquarius. It's concerned with lofty ideas, with maybe studies, humanitarian action, utopias. Maybe you feel a bit introspective and all in your head and you're reviewing plans that you will soon start to apply because Pluto will turn direct in the middle of the month. The discipline and resources to do so will be available to you with Saturn and Jupiter trining your sign. Natives of the last decan especially are supported by these two planets. For the first half of the month, Venus is sextile your sign from Virgo. That will offer pleasant opportunities for chilling out, enjoying the good life with friends. You are feeling quite social. Best days might be the 14th for nice and harmonious interactions and the 28th for feeling in great shape overall. Difficult days might be the 7th, where a hidden truth might be revealed or harsh words might hit hard, and the 24th, where your authority might be challenged and you might get in trouble with outside forces. So stay away from any conflict. Sagittarius. Juno has arrived in your sign. You remember, Juno is Jupiter's wife. So it might be mating season, huh? In any case, you start to consider serious commitment in what previously felt like a casual relationship. Or maybe quite the opposite, because considering that Juno is opposing Uranus, that can make or break a relationship. Your partnerships should undergo some major changes. Huh? You are reconsidering where you put your loyalties. Actually, with Uranus opposite your sign, any aspect of your life can display sudden twists. It won't be fully felt till next May, but you already may get restless and feel you have to prepare for the unexpected, or you will surprise everyone with the daring move that no one expects. With the Sun in Libra till the 22nd, you might enjoy a lively social life and your friendship should be strengthened. After the 22nd, you might withdraw a bit within yourself to meditate. Some things need to settle in your mind before you can put these ideas out into the world. Your ruler Jupiter is in Cancer, so matters of home, roots and family take very much center stage. You might consider moving, traveling. Matters regarding motherhood also would show up. Perhaps you feel closer to your mother now, or perhaps you consider becoming a parent yourself. Nurturing relationships are what's important to you now. With Saturn retrograding in Pisces squaring your sign, things can feel a bit burdensome. Maybe it's hard to adapt to all the changes. You may feel tired and a bit despondent as you revisit a situation from the past that will have its closure on February next year, when Saturn will reach Aries for good. Take heart, because this is a temporary situation. With Saturn in Aries, it will turn from a foe to a friend, and it will prove supportive. Best dates might be the 8th, which is ideal for having fun, and the 24th for lively exchanges, and the 28th for energetic progress. Capricorn. There are no planets in your sign. Your ruler Saturn is retrograde in Pisces, and retrograde means mulling over problems from the past. Wrapping up things before starting a new chapter. The new chapter should start end of November when Saturn turns direct. It's a good time to correct any unfinished business and in order to start afresh with no heavy baggage. Saturn is actually supportive, making a sextile, so you should have matters well in hand. In Pisces, though, your attention is likely to drift a bit, so try to get a grip of yourself. The Sun in Libra favors your career advancement, so opportunities might come up. If you are planning to ask for a promotion, this is the time to do it. By all means, do so. You get more visibility and authority. With the Sun in Scorpio, after the 22nd, it will be time to celebrate the good news with friends. Why not? And taking it a little bit easier after the sustained efforts that you just put in. Neptune and Chiron, both in Aries, in the first half of the month, are squaring your sign. So everything I said about Cancer and Libra before also apply here. This is a weak spot when you can find yourself vulnerable, and in your case, this might be your home, your family relationships, your parents. Jupiter is opposing your sign, and this can greatly expand your ambition. We know that you're an ambitious sign, and prompt you to make bold plans for the future, especially with respect to partnerships, romantic or otherwise. You are such a cautious, steady, reasonable sign, so I don't think it's needed to warn you against going overboard or spending too much. Best dates might be the 11th for a pleasant day, the 25th for a bright ideas and good communication also, and the 29th for being in shape. Aquarius. Your ruler Uranus is now sitting retro in Gemini. It barely entered that sign and is soon to retrograde back into Taurus in November. For now, it lies in friendly territory, offering pleasant intellectual stimulation, light chit-chat, nice diversions from routine. You feel mentally energized, maybe revisiting some old ideas and inspirations, and maybe discovering new hobbies. The Sun in Libra agrees with this, so it is in your ninth house of higher education, spirituality, travels, and opportunities can come up in all of these fields. With the Sun in Scorpio, it's time to step up, to get that diploma, that job. Put your knowledge to good use, the knowledge you just acquired in the previous month. Pluto retrograde in your sign is introspection. It's gathering momentum to leap forward when the time will come. Pluto in your sign is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, actually, for you. It is an opportunity to step into your power and become the greatest version of yourself. Pluto will stay in Aquarius for quite some time, actually close to 20 years. It is very slow-moving. So, for now, only the natives in the very first degrees of Aquarius can feel it. But just you wait, because your time will come. Anyway, Neptune, Chiron, Uranus are all nicely supportive. Venus is also, at least for the last 2 weeks of the month, when it will be in Libra, so enjoy. Your ruler Uranus is opposing Juno on the 5th, which can be a significant day for your committed relationships. That can go both ways, actually. There might be a disruption, there might be a disconnect. On the 29th, verbal sparks might fly, and you will be positively overflowing with ideas. Surprising news may reach you that day. The best day should be the 14th, to treat yourself to something nice, or get a present from someone, or enjoy a day out with friends. And now for Pisces. Saturn is retrograding in your sign, which may not be welcome, but this means some unfinished business needs attending to before February 26, when Saturn will leave your sign for Aries for good. Actually, even before the end of November, when Saturn turns direct, it should be a good time to wrap up unfinished business. The Sun in Libra is highlighting your 8th house of shared resources. Pay your dues, make sure the others do the same onto you. Accounting may not be your forte, Pisces, but it is needed these days. After that, with the Sun in Scorpio from the 22nd onwards, you might go on a trip, take that holiday you were dreaming about, or alternatively, you might engage in a course, follow lectures, pass exams, anything that expands your knowledge and worldview. Reading a good book is also a great way to travel. Your ruler Neptune is in Aries, also retrograde. This is pushing you to revisit the past, but in a more decisive way. Maybe see things differently with an action-oriented, positive mindset, as Aries will. And Neptune is trining Juno, showing your commitments in a positive light. Well, the major news concerning Neptune is that it's coming back to Pisces on the 22nd, and with your ruler back home, you will regain the composure, inspiration, faith in your values and abilities that you used to have before April this year. Neptune in Aries can feel a bit pushy to the gentle Pisces, who doesn't like to be rushed and enjoy slowing down and smelling the roses. Now it is a time for a little respiro. Jupiter, the ancient ruler of Pisces, it's in Cancer, highlighting matters of home and hearth, motherhood, roots. And Jupiter also lends a helping hand because it makes a trine to Pisces, so you can expect warm feelings, emotional support, and why not, good food. Mars trine from Scorpio makes sure you stay trim and fit. The challenge will come from Uranus in Gemini, which is a dry, cold, and abrupt influence that feels jarring to the soft, emotional Pisces. For the time being, only natives from the very first degrees of Pisces will feel the square, but this can bring sudden shocks to the system and provoke anxiety, sleepless nights, palpitations, worries, and other niceties. But that can also feel liberating and a bit wild. Best dates might be the 14th for the good mood, the 24th and the 29th for good communication. Okay, so that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you actually this Sunday for the forecast for the following week. This week will contain a full moon, so this will add some extra spice. So don't miss it. Bye-bye.